Hi and hello everyone. Welcome back to Improved Version, a channel dedicated to sharing profound knowledge on holistic personal development through the lens of the world's greatest books. It is truly a pleasure to have you here today as we embark on a journey toward a healthier, more vibrant version of ourselves. Today, I would like to share with you a deeply transformative and incredibly useful book on health science, titled The Four-Pillar Plan. In this guide, we will explore a practical roadmap to a healthy lifestyle that serves as a profound gift for everyone. The beauty of this work lies in its simplicity. The content is presented in a way that is remarkably easy to understand, making it suitable for people of all ages. Whether you are in your early 20s or entering your golden years, the principles we will discuss today are timeless. And as with all great things in life, the sooner we start practicing these habits, the faster we will begin to reap the amazing, life-altering benefits. The author, Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, is widely recognized as one of the most influential medical voices in the United Kingdom and beyond. He has been a leading expert in shifting our cultural perceptions of health and healthcare from a reactive model to a proactive one. With over 20 years of experience in direct medical treatment and rigorous scientific research, Dr. Chatterjee has demonstrated a startling statistic. Nearly 45% of health problems, both physical and mental, faced by modern humans are directly related to unhealthy lifestyles. The good news, however, is that simply by rebuilding a healthy and proper lifestyle, you have the power to prevent and even reverse many diseases. In fact, in 99% of lifestyle-related cases, individuals can achieve excellent health without the need for lifelong medication. Upon its release, this book received critical acclaim and has since been published in over 70 countries, attracting millions of people who are now practicing the self-improvement methods recommended by the doctor. What makes this book truly special is its comprehensive, personalized health plan built on four main pillars: nutrition, relaxation, physical activity, and sleep. In each of these areas, Dr. Chatterjee indicates specific, manageable actions that we should take. These are not overwhelming, Herculean tasks. They are very small and simple changes. In fact, they were so simple that many of his patients initially didn't believe they could work. But after persevering and staying consistent, they experienced amazing, almost miraculous improvements in their overall health. Therefore, I hope that we can all listen together with a learning mindset, remaining open to receiving and applying this advice in a way that is appropriate to our own individual circumstances. Hopefully, this will help you recover both physically and mentally, filling you with the energy needed to experience all the meaningful things life has to offer. Now, let us move on to the first pillar of this life-changing plan: nutrition. The big question we must ask ourselves is, what kind of food should we actually eat to stay healthy? In a world full of processed options, when it comes to eating healthily, we must recognize that as humans, being omnivores means there is no single, rigid diet that can be applied to every person on the planet. However, Dr. Chatterjee focused his research on the common eating habits of those who live to be over 100 years old, the inhabitants of the world's blue zones, who still maintain excellent health well into their centenarian years. Based on this, he offers 5 key pieces of advice on healthy eating habits to help you live a healthy, young, and long life. The first and perhaps most critical piece of advice is to eliminate refined sugar. This is extremely important because modern food technology has made excessively sweet foods far too common. In the past, humans primarily consumed natural sugars from fruits and plants, And because nature's supply was limited, our intake remained balanced. Today, we live in an environment where sugar is hidden everywhere, and the price we pay is our health. Consuming excessive amounts of sugar causes us to gradually become addicted. Scientific research on the brain has shown that sugar activates the same reward systems in the brainstem that drugs do, creating feelings of intense pleasure. This creates a feedback loop where your brain continuously sends signals, encouraging you to crave even more sweets. Because of this, scientists have discovered that average blood sugar levels are rising rapidly across the population, leading to chronic diseases such as diabetes, obesity, and high blood pressure. It even increases the risk of certain cancers and causes us to age much faster than nature intended. If you experience symptoms like a constant sluggish feeling in the afternoon, or if you feel irritable and dizzy when you miss a meal, your body is telling you that you're consuming too much sugar. To fix this, Dr. Chatterjee recommends a 14-day sugar reduction challenge. You must develop the habit of reading food labels. Sugar hides under many names like glucose, fructose, sucrose, molasses, and rice syrup. Even foods marketed as healthy, like some whole wheat breads, often list refined sugar as one of the top 3 ingredients. A 14-day challenge is a great way to retrain your taste buds. You might feel dizzy or irritable on the 3rd or 6th day, but if you persevere until the 10th day, your sleep, mood, and energy levels will improve noticeably. When you feel a craving, reach for a handful of nuts or a piece of whole fruit instead of a candy bar. Drink 2 large glasses of water or engage in a complex task to shift your focus. The second piece of advice is to avoid eating foods that contain more than 5 ingredients. If a product has a long list of ingredients you can't pronounce, it is likely ultra-processed and full of preservatives. These foods are the biggest contributors to inflammation in the body. Our digestive system has a thin but vital barrier made of mucosal cells. If you eat too much processed junk, these cells stretch and create gaps, a condition often called leaky gut. This allows dangerous molecules like LPS, which usually stay in the gut, to enter your bloodstream. This triggers your immune system to produce inflammatory cytokines, leading to chronic conditions like arthritis, gastritis, and dermatitis. To stay healthy, you must choose real foods, things humans have eaten for thousands of years that didn't come out of a factory. The third piece of advice is to try eating within a 12-hour window. For example, if you finish dinner at 7 p.m., don't eat breakfast until 7 a.m. the next day. Personally, I follow a 16-8 rule, where I fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window, usually starting at 9 a.m. and stopping by 5 p.m. This supports autophagy, a process where the body acts like a natural cleaner. When the body goes without food for a significant period, the liver stops pumping glucose into the blood and starts using it to repair damaged cells. It produces enzymes that break down fat and cholesterol. Just like a house that isn't cleaned regularly gets filled with trash, a body that eats all day accumulates toxins. Eating in a limited time frame cleanses these toxins and improves blood sugar control. The fourth piece of advice is to eat at least 5 different kinds of vegetables each day. Our gut contains roughly 30 to 40 trillion microorganisms, which is nearly equal to the number of human cells in our bodies. This microbiome is like a giant factory that maintains our health. Modern life stress and antibiotics have caused these microbial populations to decline. The simplest way to restore them is to eat a variety of colorful plants. Green vegetables like broccoli contain anti-inflammatory compounds. Red vegetables like tomatoes contain lycopene to reduce cancer risk. And orange vegetables like carrots provide beta-carotene for the immune system. A diversity of colors provides a range of nutrients that train your immune system to function normally. Try to add two different types of vegetables to every meal, even breakfast, and eat them before you touch your main dish. The final piece of nutritional advice is to drink enough water. Dr. Chatterjee shares the story of a patient named Jessica who suffered from chronic, unexplained headaches for years. After trying many medications with no success, the doctor realized she was simply dehydrated. He advised her to drink 8 glasses of water, about 1.2 liters every day. Within a week, her headaches vanished and her energy soared. While 8 glasses is a standard recommendation, listen to your own body. In traditional medicine, those who feel cold and fatigued easily should drink smaller amounts of warm water throughout the day to avoid overloading their system, while those who feel internal heat may need more. By following these 5 nutritional habits, you will see a significant improvement in your health over time. This is the first pillar. Next, we must discuss an element that most modern people overlook or do improperly: rest. We must acknowledge that our fast-paced, high-stress American lifestyle is causing a surge in hormonal imbalances, weight gain, insomnia, and depression. The root cause is often the cortisol-stealing effect. All hormones in our body are synthesized from a common substrate called LDL cholesterol. When we are healthy, this cholesterol is distributed evenly to create estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. However, when we are under prolonged stress, our body prioritizes the production of cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol steals the resources meant for other hormones, leading to a host of health problems. To combat this, we must learn how to switch off this overreaction through proper rest. When you rest effectively, your heart rate lowers, and your digestive system functions more smoothly. Dr. Chatterjee once treated a woman in her 40s named Emily who had severe Crohn's disease. Despite hospital treatments, her stomach cramps and pain persisted. The doctor prescribed a simple but firm treatment: 15 minutes every day, dedicated entirely to herself, a morning walk outdoors, and 2 enjoyable activities each week just for her. Emily was skeptical, but after 4 weeks of this rest therapy, her condition improved significantly. What constitutes proper rest? Many people think rest is something you do only after all the work is finished, meaning it's often the last priority. To truly rest, you must proactively schedule it. Dr. Chatterjee outlines 5 action plans for this. First, dedicate at least 15 minutes each day to yourself. Do something you enjoy that has nothing to do with smartphones, tablets, or computers. Most importantly, do not feel guilty about it. Second, try to disconnect from the internet for at least 1 day each week. Since this is difficult for most of us, try a 7-day digital detox. Turn off notifications on Monday, cancel unnecessary subscriptions on Tuesday, stop checking emails on your phone on Wednesday, and so on, until you spend all of Sunday offline. You will realize that you aren't missing important info. Instead, you're gaining quality time and focus. Third, write a gratitude journal before bed. This is a habit I emphasize in many of my videos because it has profoundly changed my own life. Research shows that consistently writing down things you're grateful for significantly increases life satisfaction and reduces depression. Keep a notebook by your bed and spend a few minutes each night reflecting on the good parts of your day. Fourth, dedicate at least 5 minutes a day to meditation. A simple way to enter stillness is the 3-for-5 breathing method. Inhale for 3 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 5. You can also use guided meditation apps or follow the meditation tutorial here on the Improved Version channel. Remember, you don't have to be perfect at it. Even a few minutes of focusing on your breath while sitting anywhere can help. Finally, try to have at least one meal a day with your family or friends. Modern life makes us impatient eaters. We eat quickly in front of the TV because we are bored. But eating together reduces mental loneliness and improves digestion. These two pillars, scientific nutrition and proper rest, are the first steps in restarting a healthy and balanced life from within. Because we want to give each topic the depth it deserves, I will share more details about the remaining two pillars, physical activity and sleep, in our next video. We will dive into minimalist yet effective exercise habits and compile the best tips to help you regain deep, restful sleep. By combining these four pillars into a personalized schedule, you can reboot your health without needing expensive equipment or drastic, unsustainable changes. It all starts with truly listening to your body and returning to the simplest basics. This is where the healing process begins, and where you will find yourself filled with renewed energy. Thank you so much for listening to today's presentation. If you found these insights from Dr. Chatterjee's The 4-Pillar Plan helpful, please share this video with your friends, your family, or anyone you know who is struggling to find balance in this busy world. Your health is your greatest asset, and it is never too late to start taking care of it. If you want to continue this journey of self-improvement and holistic development with us, please take a moment to give this video a like. It really helps our channel reach more seekers like you. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. We release new, in-depth summaries of the world's most impactful books every single week, and we would love for you to be a part of our growing community. Tell us in the comments below, which of these nutritional or rest habits are you going to start today? Is it the 14-day sugar challenge or the 15 minutes of me time? We love hearing about your progress and your stories of transformation. Thank you again for your incredible support, and I will see you in part 2 of the 4-Pillar Plan. Until then, stay healthy, stay mindful, and keep growing. Goodbye for now.